started. I'm very excited. For those who are just joining us and who don't know me, my name is Dana Azi. I'm the founder of the Rebel Chronicles, which is a woman empowerment blog meant to highlight amazing women entrepreneurs and women executives. And today my guest is Ramona Meghdadi. I hope I said your name right. The founder of Montreal-based jewelry brand RM Kandy. So we're gonna talk about, your jewelry brand, obviously just in time for the holidays. Perfect gift idea. And we're going to talk about how you made the shift from the corporate world, where a lot of us are right now, to entrepreneurship. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, someone is saying it's cutting there too. So now we'll see once you're once you start.
I'm sitting in my office and I'm literally next to my router.
Okay, perfect. I think now it's good.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything, just show me a sign or something. I try to put it here so that it's good lighting, or I don't know, like just with the internet and stuff. So
okay, I think it's good now. Right now, I don't see any issues. But if there's any issues, any of you have any problems hearing us, please put a little note or a little comment. And by the way, guys, feel free to ask all of your questions that you have, whether for Ramona or myself. Anything you'd like to know about how she made this leap from corporate world to entrepreneurship, anything about her jewelry brand, about her, about everything. So just feel free to put in the little comment box at the bottom any questions. Thank you, Franklin Agency. The sound is perfect for us. Okay, so we're good with the sound. So let's get started. Before you launched RM Kandy, as I was saying, you were working in the corporate world, right? You just had a regular job like you and I. So what did you used to do? And what made you suddenly decide, you know what, I'm going to leave this, cushy, comfortable corporate job and try myself out at entrepreneurship? So what happened?
I've done many different things in my career so far. I was in banking because my background is accounting and finance is, my degree in the back. I was also working in an accounting firm and the bank, and then joined a family business. So I have a lot of business, and I'm working in this business that I grew.
Mm-hmm.
The entrepreneurship comes from. So I didn't technically right away the bank and finance world for what I'm doing, but I started on this along the sides of what I was doing.
Okay.
Just take that jump without a plan, and I mean I haven't even scaled RM Kandy yet. So. Okay. I still have freelance work that I'm doing, and just growing. But I've put a lot of time in 4 years.
Of course,
the amount of time that I've spent it's crazy.
It's crazy, of course. By the way,
so many people that would have done what I'm doing. I work almost 7 times, and people don't see the back end of what you're doing, right? I mean, I work sometimes Saturday night, Sundays, and I think the only time I honestly genuinely get to switch off is when I leave Montreal.
Is when you leave Montreal. Okay.
Yeah.
So before we continue, is this a little bit? There's some words that are cutting. I hope it's not. It's only on my end that it's cutting a little bit. If you guys, it's the same for you, please let us know. But
you could put a thumbs up or something,
or send something if it's okay, the sound, or if it's maybe just me where it's cutting on my end. We'll see what they say. So you used to work in banking. You worked many different things before launching RM Kandy. And obviously you didn't just take a jump and everything. So it is on, Rima says it's on my end too, that it's cutting a bit.
I had a lot of issues with Instagram today. I don't know if you heard my story. So that's why I don't know if that's why I was hoping that this is going to happen, but I don't know if it's on all of us or it's just my side that it.
I don't know if it's just your side. Yeah, now better, Siddiq says. Okay, so it seems it's on and off. I think it's some of some of the sentences, they get cut, and some of them it's beautiful, no cutting. So, I mean, we're going to hope for the best, and I'm going to repeat whatever, if ever it cuts.
I'll do another live with you.
No worries, I can have you every day. It's always nice talking to you, Ramona, anyways. So you used to have a regular job, so banking and all that, and then you basically, it was like a transition. So you didn't just leave the corporate world.
I've always been a fashion girl.
Okay.
I love fashion. I was always working in the fashion industry when I was studying. And I did most of my studies in Montreal. I always had this love for like stacking jewels and creating my own bracelet stacks. Like it's really my bracelets that were my signature, and I get a lot of compliments on them, and people would ask me like, where did you get that? And
Yeah.
you should start making them. I would always get that kind of message, and I always wanted to. I really enjoyed, but I'm not kind of background of jewelry. Like, my background is really accounting and finance.
Accounting and finance background completely. So
yeah,
you didn't really know anything about the jewelry world.
no.
Wow.
So that's pretty crazy. Meaning, like I didn't study in jewelry, in that, and also I was also a professional piano player for many years.
Wow.
That's really like I would say that's where my heart is, an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I started music at the age of 4. So all this to say that when I started jewelry, I had a huge operation, and I don't want to get into the details of that, but it kind of put me out for like 2 months. And I can't sit in bed doing
Nothing.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I had just started like a bit dabbing into it and stuff, and then I just decided to start, and I started like designing some things and making something, and I just started, and I think that's something that I would always kind of recommend to people that are thinking about it, just like started.
Yeah.
Because the beauty of it also is like as you're going and growing and learning, you learn along the way, and always through those mistakes. And Lord knows I've made a lot of mistakes, but learn, and I don't look at that as failure. I look at that as just part of my growth.
Growth, exactly. So you were like, you know what, I don't know everything about jewelry. I know very little, but let me just go for it and learn as I go.
Yes.
And you followed your passion, your gut instinct, and you started small. And as you're going along, you're, discovering and learning. I love that. So that's kind of how you made that smooth transition very gently from, the corporate regular world to entrepreneurship. So many people don't know, but there's a big significance to the name of your brand, RM Kandy. So where did it come from?
I was always hesitant about the name, to be honest with you, and just because Ramona, I always see her as this woman that's elegant and fashionable, and it didn't sit right. But RM Kandy is the term that we use for
arm candy, like when you have something, either a nice person by your side or a
exact
bracelet.
Person, but usually that's what we refer to, like in of jewelry, it's RM Kandy, bracelet or whatever. And my name is Ramona Meghdadi. So, and my brother passed away years ago, and he was my only sibling. And the family business that my parents had was also it had his initials in the brand, and it was my initials as well. And I just wanted him to be a part of my journey, and I started making men's bracelets, and I wanted him to be involved in this brand. So the K instead of P is really a pun on word. It's just to have him kind of follow me, also just honor his memory. And also the mission behind my brand is really to give back to different causes throughout the year, which I've voiced that as I started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because a lot of people don't really take the time also to kind of dive in. Where is this brand coming from?
Yes,
and everybody has a story, and all these big brands as well, they started somewhere, because the name, I didn't focus on the name. I wanted to start because I'm fortunately someone who's a perfectionist. I want everything to look fine and look good. Marketing, branding is important. But I said, if I'm going to wait around for everything to be perfect, I'm never going to start.
Yeah.
So I just started, and I'm like, I'm going to tweak
just
the name.
For it,
yeah.
And kind of learning as you go along. I love that. And it's very touching. Rima 84 said that's so touching. It is very touching. And it's nice that there's a story behind the name of your brand. And it's kind of like your brother being along for the journey with you. And I'm sure he's very proud of you. What are some of your struggles as an entrepreneur? And I want to know, did you ever have a moment where you were like, Ramona, what the hell are you doing? I should just go back to a regular corporate job.
Many times. Yeah. I mean, I have to say that I'm happy that I've always been very good with finances, but I have investments. Yeah. So
That's your background, right?
yeah,
So obviously, yeah.
that's real estate. I'm very good with money. And I'm not a crazy, like, I know what I'm doing in that aspect, thank God. But it's really hard, entrepreneurship. It's really, really hard. It's not for everybody. And I think you really have to have a very, very strong mind. I mean, that's really key for me personally. You know, it's hard to, social media right now, as you know,
Yeah.
it's, you know, almost impossible to not sometimes as a human being to compare yourself with other people, other
The
brands.
brands, yeah.
Thank God I didn't grow up with this era of social media. Thank God that I have built my confidence and somewhat my journey.
Yeah.
Because I don't, you know, I don't validate my being and my success with what I see online, because even myself, I'm not going to share all my struggles and all the nights that I've been up until 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, designing my stuff, making my stuff where my friends were partying, you know. So
we don't see the reality of what's behind a brand, of what's behind an entrepreneur's life, what's behind anyone's life on social media, because people, like you said, only show the nice facade. It's not reality, unfortunately.
You know what I mean? It's just normal. I mean, I try to be very authentic, but I'm not someone also that's like on my phone in brand from morning until night.
Yeah.
And I know it's very important because when you're small, you have to put yourself out there for people to get to know you and to really see who's behind the brand.
Yeah.
You know. But definitely it's really, really hard. What's hard, you asked me the question of struggles, is the work-life balance.
The work-life balance. Okay.
It's
so your whole life is work.
I don't want to say it's the whole life, but I mean, it's a lot of that. Because when you're starting a small brand and when you're starting something and you don't have, like, I don't have a partner in this. I don't have any help in this. Like, I literally did everything myself, which is the design, starting my e-commerce. And also I started it at a really shitty time, like where COVID hit, like a year after. And so it's very tough, you know, it was a very challenging time because I was just starting to make those connections through people that I knew, start a little bit go into stores very slowly, but I'm not about just, you know, doing something overnight. Overnight success does not exist. And I don't believe it. So, but then when I started slowly but surely getting into, you know, stores or, you know, just a little bit, this whole thing, the pandemic happened and everything closed, and it was a very difficult time. And I'm not trying to make excuse, but when you're new and nobody knows you, like, it's hard to go and meet them. And, you know, and it's hard. Jewelry is hard because you can't, unless if you know a brand, like, for example, if I have Tiffany's, I know the trust behind the brand. It's a brand that
it's been around for so long. Yeah, of course.
Like throwing out Tiffany's out there, but it's just with the picture online, it's hard to see the quality of jewels, you know. So I could put the most beautiful pictures of my stuff and put a filter and this and that, but people don't actually see the quality and they need to test it and stuff. So it's not like coaching other fields where in the pandemic you could read eyes and, you know, sell and stuff. So so it was very hard. And but I launched my e-commerce. So I'm like, and I had no clue what an e-commerce was.
So you learned
I'm very
everything yourself, and it was difficult because you had to basically do everything yourself. You had to do your marketing, your branding, your shipping, your designing, your social media, everything yourself.
Every copy and every content that is on my site, it's me, and it's you. I mean,
do you ever regret this journey that you've taken? Do you ever want to go back to the corporate life?
I mean, I don't hate the corporate life, but maybe because I also know that because I have a lot of education behind me, I'm not scared to go back into anything. And in life, I'm not one that is scared. Like, I like to try new things, to learn new things. This past 2 years, especially the last year, I've learned so much. I've added so many skills to my resume, I would say, because, you know, I'm not a tech girl, but now I could, you know, I've done a lot of stuff that really scared the shit out of me.
Things that you probably wouldn't have learned in your regular day-to-day job. And this is what is amazing at being an entrepreneur. So what advice do you have for someone who's hesitating, who's like, you know what, I have a passion, but I have my day-to-day job. It's so comfortable, 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever. and I have this passion and I'm thinking of starting it as a side hustle or a business. What advice do you have for this person based on your own experience?
Um, I think that for sure, if you don't have any plans or like a business plan, or meaning like if you're completely on your own, and I wouldn't dive in there like start it, but I would definitely, first thing is start, you know, because you have to start, and you could just do this alongside of your current job. You can definitely just put in the hours, right? You
Yeah.
have a typical 9 to 5 job. You can spend 2 to 3 hours after, and that goes for really, if you're really passionate about what you're doing. If this is really part of what you want to do, you will make time for it.
Yeah, that's
And I
true.
believe anything in life, whether if it's working out, your relationships, your friendships, we're all busy, right? So if you really want to start a side business alongside what you're doing, you can start it and just nurture it and give it the time, and then eventually because if you love what you're doing and if you believe in what you're doing, it's eventually going to work out, because you're going to find, so it's either you're going to collaborate or find ways for someone to invest in your business. There's always ways and solutions to making that dream happen, because a lot of people out there are doing that. Like a lot of the businesses that I've come to discover on social media, these are all people that are starting these side hustles
On their own,
and even
with
yourself, like this beautiful. I mean, I'm so happy that I found, because I'm actually going to go and watch your lives. And
I'm so happy.
try to, dab into it and stuff. And so a lot of people are doing that. They have their, they have their 9 to 5, and
There's
then they're starting.
there's an explosion, I think, since the pandemic of side hustles. And why? Because people found themselves staying at home a lot more. And it made them either discover a passion or realize, you know what, I have a little bit of extra time without that commute every day to dabble in my passion and my side hustle. And a lot of people launched a little side business on the side. So there has been an explosion of side hustles since the pandemic. So for those who are joining now, I'm talking with Ramona Meghdadi, the founder of Montreal jewelry brand RM Kandy. So Ramona shifted from the corporate world to entrepreneurship, and she just basically started. She went for it. She taught herself all the skills needed, bit by bit. Every day she's learning and growing. It's an amazing journey. And her advice to whoever's thinking about doing the same is, you know what, start small. But whatever it is, just start. So even if it's just a sketch of like a design you have in mind, or it's whatever it is, just start.
Honestly, just do it, because I think you asked me a question. I never regret what I do, because I really, really hate boredom, and I hate being stuck in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to settle in life. I don't want to settle in my friendships and my relationships and my work just to say that because it's comfortable, because I want to be genuinely happy. And I think that even tomorrow I decided that I no longer want to do RM Kandy. I have absolutely no regrets in the last 3 or 4 years of what I've done, just because of everything that I've learned. And that's the beauty of it also, because you learn so much. You're always learning something new when you're doing your own business, right?
Own business. Exactly. Very true. Very true. It's a lifelong journey, I think, entrepreneurship. And
there's a lot of creativity also in being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. That's true.
You have to have a certain type of creativity. And that, again, I'm just speaking for myself, because I'm not involved with somebody else. A lot of people, like, I'm sure you've interviewed people. I saw your last one, the skincare girls. And, when you start something together, it's also nice because you have one person that probably brings their skills.
Compliments, the skills.
Yeah, and compliments. And then you have, because nobody can be nobody else at everything.
But I think that's one thing that they had mentioned during that live. And so these were the founders of Avel Skincare. They said what they realize in entrepreneurship is sometimes you have to realize you can't do it all and you need to get some help. So, I mean, I think you're doing everything yourself. Maybe one day you'll be like, you know what, maybe I need some help for marketing or for social media once you're at that stage. But I think it's another lesson learned also from entrepreneurship.
But I to add a little something with that is because I also think that it's important in business to also, it doesn't mean that I always want to do the things that I'm doing. It's also important to know to a certain extent, because when you delegate and have no clue what it's also hard, because especially to the back end of e-commerce, for example. But I did that in the beginning. I did hire somebody on Fiverr, and I really regret it. They really screwed up my SEOs, and SEOs is very important.
Very important, yeah, in the e-commerce world, SEO.
Blogging, for Shopify, for just everything.
Yeah.
So it can really, so what I'm saying is that when you don't know, it's good to know. So it's good to
know at least
and then
the basics.
Like this, like I don't like to do this part of my business, and I'm comfortable delegating it.
Yeah.
But now it's you don't want somebody to screw you, whether if it's financially or just it's important to, I think it's good to know a little bit of everything.
a little bit of basics of everything, like marketing, your operations, this and that. And then once you feel, if you have the money, feel comfortable to delegate, at least you're not, like you said, getting screwed over. You're getting the proper job, delivered good quality job. Well, I want to get now to the fun part. The holidays are coming up, and everyone is doing their Christmas shopping, their holiday shopping. And I think a piece of jewelry is an amazing gift for either the man or woman in your life. So can we get a sneak peek at some of your best sellers, some of RM Kandy's best sellers?
To be honest with you, I don't have a lot of my stuff here, because I decided to a little bit shift my workspace to another location, to not have, but I mean the men's is just really straightforward. What I make is for everyday jewels. It's not high-end quality, but it's not high-end jewelry like solid gold and all that stuff. So, and I don't want to get into hard jewelry as we.
But you do have some pieces that you can show us.
Yeah, I have a little bit. I didn't really think about what, but for women, let's just say that it's hard to say what's my best seller, because I mean, bracelets have always been great, because I kind of yeah. But a lot of women don't like that, or some women don't like that. But bracelets have always done well, and everything I make is really excellent quality. It's like silver, gold filled. I have another line that's gold plated, like these earrings that I wear.
Are these RM Kandy?
Yeah.
Oh, can we get a close up? Can we get a close up?
Sure, I'll just show it to you.
These are gold plated.
Yeah, and they're really high quality.
Oh wow, they're beautiful. I love the design of it.
Yeah, very nice. I really love this one. But in general, hoops are always
style. Always in style. Look.
Yeah.
I'm wearing hoops. These are not RM Kandy. No, they're not the best of quality. Not like yours.
And they're very high quality. And also, I don't want to make pieces that, I'm not saying that they're cheap like H&M or Zara and stuff, but that's not my clientele. And my niche is not the low end, but it's not the high end.
The middle, middle average, but like good quality, like
great quality,
lasting. And is this like a choker that you're wearing?
Yeah, you can adjust it a little bit, like in the back, but to make it longer or whatever. But
okay. And what is it made of?
It's gold. It's gold filled. It's dipped in real gold, so it's not going to tarnish. None of my stuff is going to tarnish or discolor. And I always like to try myself. Like these bracelets that I wear, they're very, very minimal. They're nothing fancy, but every day.
They're fun. They're like fun bracelet that you can wear with your watch.
Yeah.
Just to stack them up for day to day, for going out at night. And you said these are like little beads, and what are they?
Rose gold and gold.
Okay.
But because I like and I like to layer a lot, so that gives the opportunity also to mix it with your expensive jewels. Like I have more expensive jewelry, mix and match and all that stuff.
So one can wear like their, diamond studs and mix it with one of your chokers, with your stackable bracelets next to their like fancy Rolex watch, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. It's a mix and match, and it's a beautiful kind of like fun piece of jewelry to add to your outfit. I like that.
To each their own. I have my girlfriends that are not, will not wear this stuff because they like the diamonds, and they wear their, high.
Yeah.
I have those jewels too, but I don't. I wear those things going to the grocery store, or what I mean. Like I wear jewels that I can, just wear every single day, and I feel naked without jewels because I'm a sports girl, to be honest with you. And
oh, really?
Yeah, big time. I've been into sports my whole life, and I just feel like as soon as I put a bit of tools, which I always have, it just makes me feel polished, you know? It just makes me feel um that's all I need, you know?
I'm like you, to be honest. I feel naked if I'm not wearing like a few necklaces, a ring, of some especially earrings. I'm obsessed with earrings.
Yeah.
Earrings are always for me an amazing gift.
I
So
have
one thinking to
that,
gift their mom, sister,
yeah. I'm
wife.
somebody that's like that, but I'm one of those crazy ones that I dress up always for myself. I always have to feel and look good for myself. I do it for even during the pandemic, I was somebody who was you know, putting myself together. It's not because I'm stuck at home. I don't like to let myself go, you know, and it's not superficial. I mean, I'm Persian, so
Persians
for most of,
are very classy people, always look amazing.
but I mean, it's just we appreciate beauty. It's part of our culture,
Yeah,
you know. Even when it comes to our food, it's like art, you know.
everything is
So
art.
yeah,
So your brand is also, it's a form of art. So it represents what you see as art, and you want people to, you know, get to enjoy that. So um, for anyone who wants to buy a Christmas gift or check out your website for themselves, what is your website? RM Kandy.
rmkandy.com.
rmkandy.com. So and I believe if they sign up for your newsletter too, they get a
10
discount.
discount, and at the moment there's free shipping. And for the gents, there's always, like, you know, if you buy bracelets, you get a discount. For me, it's there's different offers at different times. There's always promotions going on, but at the moment, as we speak, there's shipping for, you know, around the holidays. And like you said, when you send the newsletter, you get an off
An
as
extra
well.
discount. So people have to hurry up to get their Christmas gifts in because there's only a
I
week
don't know.
left. RM Candy Jewelry is an amazing gift idea. I love chatting with you about your, you know, your entrepreneurship journey, how you made the transition from corporate to entrepreneurship. One last question for you today
Yeah.
is, what's next for RM Candy? Do you have a special vision in mind for your brand?
To be honest with you, in the last couple of months, I really worked extremely a lot, and I'm happy because I'm I'm always giving back to different, and now the sponsors of Pink in the City Canada, which is a breast cancer foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom was breast cancer this past year. So and also prior to her, I was always giving back. So far, you know, with my brand, I've given back to autism. I've given back to, you know, the women's shelter.
Wow.
Yeah, I that's the mission, and that's really the mission behind what I just want to give. But I mean, I can't always give in every way, right? So that's my
You do your part towards what
100%
you can, and I think
life.
that's quite admirable for you because you know not all brands do that. So so your vision with your brand is to be able to give back to the community.
100%. And so far, I've done that, even if it's in smaller or bigger. And I'm super happy that I was able to be a part of Pink in the City. I'm going forward. I'm going to be collaborating with them. They're amazing. Also, like the money that we raised here, it was really amazing. So, and also right now, I'm in a stores as we speak, which I'm really glad as well. And so what's next for RM Kandy is definitely to be able to scale and get into more
Mhm.
collaborations, creations, and just continue the journey.
Do you want to grow more like outside of Canada as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to also dive into the US. I mean, I have a lot of clients that are not on social media and regular clients that
Mhm.
appreciate my products and service. And for me, it's really the service, because products, and whether no matter what field you're in or what you're offering, you find that every right now. So
Yeah.
it really comes down to your service as
Of
well,
course.
and standing behind, and how you build those relationships. For me, it's very important, relationships, whether if it's with wholesalers or with my B2C, or, you know, even B2B now. And that's very important, I think, in any business, because you don't want to have clients for just once, right? Or you want to get rid.
You want a lot loyal customers that'll keep coming and coming, and you want longevity with your, you know, your clientele. And so and someone is commenting, amazing person, service, and product. So clearly anybody who shops You know, at RM Kandy, they get excellent service, great products. And I do generally hope for you that you'll get to expand internationally, and of course continue giving back, which I think is wonderful that you have certain causes that are dear to your heart.
Yes.
Ramona, honestly, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I loved chatting with you. I loved, you know, you being so raw and honest and sharing your journey from corporate world to entrepreneurship to building RM Kandy.
Thank you.
And so for anyone who joined recently, go to rmkandy.com, check out Ramona's fabulous designs, do your Christmas shopping. And,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramona. It was a pleasure. We'll have to do another live very soon as well.
So anytime, you just have to reach out to me, and I hope to meet you also in person.
Oh, definitely.
It would be great.
We're gonna plan that coffee together.
Yes.
And we got a comment. Wonderful interview, ladies. Excited to discover your brand, Ramona. Oh, I'm happy we have a new potential client. I love that.
Thank you so much, Dana. It's honestly a treat to meet you online.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining.